Hello, we will start by creating the ring rail, which is here, and we're gonna select size M, which is the average. We can always scale the ring when we finish, and we will also place the big gem, the central gem. So we open the gem loader, we're going to select a round shape, and then we're going to select the second tab here because we want to place quite a big gem, something like this. Then we select the gem, F6, MSR, and we just pull the gem up, something like that approximately. Right, enter. Now we select the gem, F6, bezel, and we would like something similar to this. I don't like using this dome in there, so I leave it flat. 0.6 should be alright. We could even make it 0.5, but I prefer to do it 0.6, and just keep it 0.9 should be alright. Right, so at the moment we are happy with the parameters. Just press enter, and we have the bezel already cut through the ring rail. Right, now we're gonna place the gems on the sides. So we're going to use again the gem loader, and we need to select the gem shape. So now we're going to select, for instance, pear shape, and let's see what, 6x4. 6x4 should be alright. As you see, the gem is going to be placed on the 0 enter. Remember that the 0 enter is the intersection of the three axes, the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So now select the gem, F6 again, MSR. We need to rotate the gem. Remember to press shift on the keyboard so it goes exactly on 90 degrees, and just by pulling from the arrows we can move the gem in the position that we want it. So I'm gonna move it, rotate it until I'm happy in the position that I want it. Slightly up. Something like this. Enter. Just check that we have enough metal. Just slightly that way. Something like this should be alright. Okay, now we select the gem and F6, and now we're going to use the head builder. Well, the head builder by default is going to be like that. Now we have like two claws, see, one on the top and one in the bottom. We can change that and use as many claws as we want. In this case I'm going to make it with one claw in there, because we're going to use that claw. We're going to use the main bezel as a claw. We're going to use that bezel for setting. So I'm gonna select the first one, and when we finish I'm gonna get rid of that claw. Okay, so I'm gonna be working just with this one. First of all, this one is quite narrow, so I'm gonna make it wider. Also, I'm gonna make the whole setting slightly tapered. It's going to look better. And now you see we have two rails in the middle. I'm gonna change that, so I'm gonna right click in there, so I have one rail only, you see. Now this rail is rounded. I'm gonna change it. You see rail here, it's rounded. If I click on this folder, I can select from a variety of different profiles. Let's try this one. It's still quite low, so I need to make it wider. Okay, I'm gonna select now here on the second level, click on that letter and make it like that. Looks quite right, but let me try with different ones. This is completely flat. Let's keep that one. Of course you can choose any you want. Right, yeah, this one should be right. Then enter. Okay, and now remember that we have this claw, sorry, this claw in there, you see? It's hidden in the head. And now mind that all this, it's grouped. It's not joined together, it's just grouped together. So I need to ungroup it. To ungroup, we can just select the actual head and type in ungroup. Now I can select the different parts. So I'm going to select this claw and delete. Right, now I'm going to select this, this and this, and I'm going to mirror this whole group to the other side. So once it's selected, mirror, start of mirror plane, 0 enter, and shift on that direction. Right. Okay, now we need to create the actual shank of the ring. But before that, we're going to select the ring rail and solid extrude. Just mind that it's set on both sides yes and cap yes. So the moment we click in there, we have a solid. We're going to use this solid to cut through this, and this. So Boolean difference, the first objects are going to be this one and this one and this one and this one, enter, and the second set, this one, enter. And now if we select this cylinder and delete, we see that everything it's been cut. Right, so let's go for the shank. Let's select the ring rail, F6, and outside ring rail. We need to select the outside shape of the ring, of the shank. And this one works quite well. We can make it slightly higher maybe. That's 1.5 on the side, 1.5 in there. Let's make it slightly lower on the back. If we want to change the outside ring rail, we can click on that folder and select another one, okay? But I'm going to stick in with this one. Of course you can pull from there, so it's going to change, okay? Right, so now select the ring rail again, F6, add profiles, and we're going to select now second rail, because we want the profile to go from there to there, okay? We can change the width. I'm going to make it a 4 mm wide, but I'm going to select another one. I'm going to select this one, the first one for instance, and now I'm going to click on add, and I'm going to position another profile on the side of the shank. I want the shank to be tapered, so that profile I'm going to make it narrower, up to, let's see, 2.5 for instance. And I'm also again going to change this shape, so again click on the folder, and now I'm going to select something sharper to this one. Okay, and now I want another profile on that side, okay? So I just need to click on add mirror, and now I have the same profile on the other side. Then enter, and now let's see how it looks. We're gonna select surface, open the surface menu, shift to rail. The first rail is going to be the ring rail, the second rail the outside ring rail, and then the cross section curves 1, 2 and 3, then enter again, and well, preview. Let's click on OK just to see how it looks. Looks quite right to me. I would just make it maybe slightly thinner on the top, so I'm gonna delete this again. I'm gonna select the first profile I put on that side, F6 MSA, and make it up to 2.10. As you see, if I edit this one, it's edited automatically. Okay, so now let's try again. Sweep to rail, first rail, second rail, cross section curves. Okay, yeah, that looks quite better. Right, now we have all this solid. Now we have like a closed shank, and we need to cut it from there and to there. So let's go into the through finger view. Let's get into shaded, and I'm gonna make a line that goes like that, and I'm gonna make a mirror copy of that line. So let's select the line, mirror, start of mirror plane is going to be 0, enter, shift up, and we have that line in there. Right, now we just need to make these lines closed. So we're gonna select the line and close that line and close that line. We select everything and just click on join. Okay, we need like a closed curve in order to extrude, and we need to extrude in order to cut that solid. So extrude, and we're going to cut this solid with this solid by using Boolean difference. So first surface or place surface is going to be the shank, enter, and second set, that horrible thing we did, enter, and now if we delete this, we'll see we have an open shank that we can join all together with that. Right, finally I'm gonna select this one, the main one, F6, bezel cutter, and as you can see I have like, at the moment I have 6 cutters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna change that into 2 different cutters. Okay, and if you see here on the top it says position even. I'm gonna click on it, and now it's odd. So the idea is to make cutters to cut the bezel. So I'm gonna raise them up, I'm gonna rotate that cutter a little bit, and I'm gonna change that shape, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I can click on the folder to change that profile for a different one if I want. This one is slightly sharper. I'm gonna stick with this one. Right, enter, and now the idea is to make a Boolean difference with this and these objects. Let's try Boolean difference. The first object is going to be this one, enter, and the second object, the cutters. You see, Boolean difference has failed. That usually happens because these cutters are grouped. I need to ungroup them. So select the cutters and ungroup. Now they are separate. And now if I try Boolean difference, the first object is going to be the bezel, enter, and now let's try the second object, just one, enter. You see now it has worked. Okay. Then just the same, Boolean difference, bezel, enter, second object, the cutter. Right. That's quite alright. Now let's do the same with this one. Select the gem, F6, bezel cutter, and now you see it's happening exactly the same as the other one. Position odd, let's change it to even, and actually something like that should be quite alright. So just enter. I'm going to select them and ungroup. What I can do now is select the cutters, and select the cutters once they are ungrouped. Mirror plane, 0 enter, and shift. So I have them here also. Another thing I could have done is forget about that, finish that one, and then once it's finished, make a mirror copy. It's exactly the same. So now Boolean difference, the first object, this one and this one, enter, and second object, these two for instance, delete them, and I've done one side. Second, Boolean difference again, this one and this one, enter, and second group of objects, the cutters. Right, so this is almost finished. Just to finish, we're gonna make a quick render. So we're gonna click on Render tab, and the first button, which is V-Ray. The first thing we need is a ground plane, so we need to select there. We can do it with this material, with this layer, but I usually select the ground plane and place it into the user 01 layer. And the one that I usually use, it's I know it's not really common, but I like it. Pearl, user 01, pearl, and white. Right, and then at the moment the material, you see heads, each layer has a material. Okay, so at the moment heads, it's platinum, and the and the shank, it's on metal 01, which is platinum as well. Should be alright, but metal 01, I'm gonna change it into yellow gold. So the shank is going to be yellow gold, and the heads, the top part of the ring, is going to be in platinum. Diamonds, this one at the moment, hold on, if I right click on gem 03, you will see that all the gems are in the same layer. I want to change that. The main one, I'm going to place it into the gem 01 layer, and the other ones are going to be the same material, the same compound. So yeah, gem 03. So now if you see the gem 01 layer, it's blue sapphire, and the gem 03 diamond. Let's change that into anyway, blue sapphire. Gem 01, blue sapphire, and the other one's diamonds. Right, before we start, just mind the resolution here on the top. I usually use this one, which makes quite a good image you can use for any kind of you can send it by email because it's not going to be very heavy, and it looks quite right. What else? Style. If we check on classic, it's going to make a fast render, quite good. And then we have other options that we will see in other tutorials, like lights, camera, action, which makes a much better render. But classic, you will see that it's quite fine. Just click on render. And now it's starting rendering. Oops, I did a mistake. You can see gem 03, it's onyx, and it shouldn't be onyx, it should be diamond. Render again, and now it should be looking fine. You see, it's starting to look better. That's it. Thank you so much.